taking you way back in time to the 1990s with the DartSmarts Gen 3 darts review. It begins right now. Okay guys, it is darts review time, and I'm not really sure what to think about this video. I guess it'll be interesting anyway, and I'm sure there's a lot of you that just read the title, you saw the thumbnail, and you're thinking, DartSmarts, well, what the heck are those things, right? Let me give you the quick backstory. So going back late 1990s, somewhere thereabouts, there was a small company right here in the United States, and they were only around for a very short time before they went out of business. However, they made these, the DartSmarts Gen 3, highly sought after back in the day, although the price kind of put them out of reach for most of us. None of us really wanted to shell out well north of $100 US. These things were ungodly expensive. They were loaded with technology like spring-loaded points, which I just kind of find comical nowadays. You know, we've got the blade wire dartboards. You don't need a movable point or a spring-loaded point. However, again, going back 25 years ago, at a guess, I would say 80 to 90% of American players used a dart with a movable point. Crazy to think about, right? But yeah, these things were super popular. And matter of fact, these are so rare nowadays. In my entire life, I have never seen a set come up for sale anywhere online. That's how rare they are. And thankfully, I have a subscriber right here in the United States. He has a vast collection from the 80s, from the 90s, early 2000s, all American darts. He reached out to me and said, hey, you want to do a review on these things? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I love anything different here in this channel, and these certainly live up to that standard. So let's take a look at them here. We've got a 19-gram set that's used. We have a 23-gram set. Looks to be brand new, never thrown. So we'll take a look at each of these things. And again, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting video. Kind of take you back in time to see the technology we used here in the United States. So buckle up. Should be a good video. Here we go. Okay, let's start this off by showing you everything that a very generous subscriber sent me so I could produce this video for you guys, starting with, look at this. This is pretty amazing right here. Not one, but two sets of brand new DartSmarts Gen 3 flights still in the package. And just to give you an idea how rare these are, you could scour the earth looking for another set, and you simply will not find them. That's how rare they are. But yeah, to have two brand new in the package, that's pretty amazing. And since they've been in the package for the better part of, what, 25 years, I am not going to touch them because check this out. So he also sent a set of regular DartSmarts folding flights. The glue is all dried out, and pretty much they just self-destruct if you touch them. And I found out the hard way. I tried to open one up and whoops. So yeah, we're going to touch the flights as little as possible from here on out. But let's check out the darts, right? Here we go. The Gen 3 DartSmarts 19-gram version. Just a basic straight barrel multi-ring dart. And I'm telling you what, the grip feels absolutely amazing here. Kind of reminds me of the 180 darts. And up front, there we go. There's the massive technology from years ago, from last century, these spring-loaded points. We've got the brass collet here. And yeah, pretty basic dart. So that's the 19-gram version. He also sent along, pretty much, I don't think he ever used those. Here is the 23-gram version, practically brand new. Look at the points. They've got milling on the points. And again, there's that spring-loaded action there. While we're here, might as well show you, right? So this unscrews quite a bit. The front end is drilled out really deep, 15 millimeters deep, to allow all this to fit in the front end. So there's some small pieces up here. I don't want them to fall out. I don't want to lose them. So, all right, check this out. There's the point. We've got a plunger right there that pops out. So there's that. Again, don't want to lose this stuff. And then inside the barrel, uh-oh, where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Whew. And there is the little spring that makes for that spring-loaded action up front. All sorts of tiny pieces. And to be honest, guys, I mean, this was huge technology back in the day. Obviously now with the blade wire boards, this has become obsolete. You do not need a movable point. But again, yeah, pretty big idea going back to last century when it came to darts and the old round wire boards. So yeah, there are the DartSmarts Gen 3 darts. Let's go into the next clip, and I'll give you the stats and dimensions of the 19-gram version. Okay, guys, let's get underway with some rotating stats and dimensions from way back in the day. We're going to start with the points like we always do. These come with a set of spring-loaded points. They stick out of the barrel, 29 millimeters in total. Now, as far as the barrels go, they are 90% tungsten. The barrel length, if you just include the tungsten part, 39.2 millimeters long, but if you include the brass collet here, that brings it up to 43.5 millimeters. Now the barrel width, with these being a straight barrel dart, 6.7 millimeters wide. And here's the strange part, guys. I'm going to follow up here in just a couple minutes. I unscrewed the stem, checked out the drill depth. These are only drilled out 6.6 millimeters wide, so you're very limited to what stems you can use. Again, I'll show you more here in just a couple minutes. Now, as far as the match weight goes, yeah, pretty much what you would expect from the 1990s. The lightest barrel, 19.11. The next barrel, 19.15. And finally, 19.36. So yeah, not the greatest match weight, but again, I think that was pretty typical way back in the day. But let's go into the next clip and tell you all about the grip. Okay, guys, I'm going to hit you with a quick grip level, and I have a couple other interesting things to show you before we get these things on the board and throw them for a bit. So grip level, yeah, no surprises here. You have a very consistent micro multi-ring from front to back. Feels amazing. Absolutely love the grip level on these barrels. Nothing sharp, nothing overly grippy. I'll go ahead and say grip level 2.5 on a scale of 1 to 5. Now, for the interesting part, you guys recall, I just told you the back end is drilled out only 6.6 millimeters deep, which means you are extremely limited to what stems you can use. So keep in mind, going back that far in time, 25 years ago, condors didn't exist. So check this out. Let's say you wanted to use condors. I think you know where this is going already. Yeah, look at that. They do not screw in all the way. So you'd either have to grind down some of the threads here to get them to fit, or just not use them at all. Here's a Target K-Flex. Again, that doesn't screw in all the way. Or how about Cosmo, which I've been using some Cosmos recently. You know that ain't going to fit. That's I think it's about 7 or 8 millimeters worth of threads here. So yeah, the Cosmos, they're not going in at all. So yeah, I've never seen a barrel drilled out that shallow in the back end. So again, you're extremely limited to pretty much just old nylon stems. That's the only thing that I could find to screw in all the way. So there's that. And now 2BA threads up front, which means you could easily convert these to soft tip darts, which that's what I would prefer, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not a big fan of obviously spring-loaded, outdated technology, but hey, 2BA thread up front, you could easily convert them to soft tip darts, and that would make one amazing soft tip dart. So with all that being said, let's get the 19-gram version on the board. I'll throw them for a little bit. I'm not going to throw his brand new 23-gram version, but yeah, we'll have a go with these things, and hey, we'll see how they fly. Here we go. Okay, guys, just had a quick warm-up, and I've decided I'm going to play with a 19-gram set. His 23-gram set is brand new, so yeah, I don't want to throw those things, but there was a couple interesting takeaways here. Firstly, the spring-loaded point seems to want to spring itself out of the sisal onto the floor. I've never picked up so many darts off the floor ever with a steel tip dart. They don't stick in the board well. The second thing is, I think these are the world's quietest darts. They honestly don't make much noise when they hit the dartboard. It's bizarre, to be honest with you. So just, again, a few throws tonight, nothing serious. See if we can get them all to stick in the board. That's the goal. But listen to how quiet this is. Plunk. Right? I suppose if you had neighbors complaining about the noise of the darts hitting the board, hey, well, there you go. That's all you need is DartSmarts. Little 110 out of the gate. But yeah, it's just, for me personally, you guys have heard me mention it over the years. It's kind of funny that so many American players, even back in the day, insisted on a dart with movable points. Whereas at the same time, if you look at pretty much nearly all the UK professional players, these points were almost non-existent. Keith Deller used a spring-loaded point back in 1983. Pretty much that's about it, to be honest with you. And if they could average near 100 back in the day with regular points, I don't know why Americans needed movable points. Just never made any sense to me. Now that was quiet. Oh man. There's no rattling or anything though. So most movable point systems, you can feel that rattling, but there's nothing here. It's a solid one piece, or it feels like a one piece. Hey, we haven't done that in a while. Third dart saver. Even though we're not really keeping track, so we'll do one more. I'll throw out the bullseye. We'll see if we can get them to stick. Can't believe all the darts have stuck so far. Ooh, that's awkward. See if I can get under that. Yes. Ooh, barely hanging on. There's a 225s and a bull. So I guess we'll call it right there. But that one is, as you can see, barely holding on. Yeah, they just really don't stick in the board all that well. But there it is, a few throws with the DartSmarts Gen 3. Luckily, I got them to stick all in the treble 20. As you're about to see, we got a nice little 180 there. I was starting to wonder. It was not easy hitting this 180. So let's roll into that. We'll do a quick wrap up. Let's get out of here. Here we go. Whew, that was not easy. Been recording for 7 minutes, 25 seconds. Had a few darts fall out, so boom, spring loaded 180. Yeah, that's crazy. I just picked up so many darts from the floor. The spring kind of, once it compresses itself, shoots itself out of the board. It's absolutely insane, but hey, there it is. We got it done in the end, little 180. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up. And again, huge shout out, huge thank you to my subscriber for sending me these darts. Thought it made for a fun video and definitely something interesting, like I said earlier in the video. As far as a recommendation, of course, you can't get these things anywhere. However, here's my take. As far as a steel tip dart with a spring-loaded point, no, absolutely not. These would make a much better soft tip dart. I absolutely love the barrel. I love the grip. You put a soft tip point on the front, you're good to go. You've got a great set of soft tip darts. So yeah, I would much rather use these as a soft tip barrel. So hey, I guess that's going to do it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed something different today. And till next time, we'll see you on the next video. Later.